called Coast Arc. Roll for story. All right. And to give us a little recap on last session, I'm going to hand it over to James, aka Carius, for this
Yep.
one,
Yep.
just to see the players' insights on what's really going on at the moment.
Right.
Take it
So,
away.
first of all, quick apologies that our scrying pools are currently not working, so you can't see our beautiful faces. Hence
Oh
the
no.
disturbed water. Anyway, so let's get into this. We sold a giant scorpion creature at the market, got some gold from that, pretty valuable, about 5,000 gold, so I got to pay back Irina straight away. Awesome, so I no longer owe them a favor. We ate some cake of various flavors, some of which are probably considered delicacies somewhere, and it was in the shape of a Jenga tower because why not? We then flew the ship, with Candlewick leading the way, ended up at a mysterious cave in the desert. Went into the cave, it got really dark to the point where even Irina's magical eyes can't see through it. So really, really dark. So dark, not even magic can penetrate it. Fairly impressive. But as we passed through this darkness, we all felt strange sensations. Though not all of us could immediately identify what they were. But as certain members of the group went through and the others were left behind, we seemed to lose communication via familiars or message, etc. Almost like they'd gone somewhere further away than they actually were. They were just down the road, but we couldn't hear them or see them or anything. We then went in, and everything was even more grey and dismal than, well, the bottom of the sea, maybe. But we ended up encountering some fire genasi who were a bit sketchy. They seemed to think we were ghosts or the enemy that were coming to kill them or something like that. Managed to convince them we meant no harm, and I attempted to heal them, but didn't work. For some reason, the spell worked fine, but clearly whatever had happened to them was beyond the normal powers of magic. And despite being fire genasi, they were cold to the touch. It was only when Andy, using some knowledge from her aunt Smolder, doing some jingle plate dancing, managed to put some fire back into their bellies, as it were. But Candlewick seemed to get a bit edgy at this point, and Irina began to fear the worst, thinking that maybe this duty that Candlewick needs to do wasn't to save these people, but to finish them off. And that Candlewick was secretly some sort of fire genasi reaper, or something like that. Which in a way is kind of fitting because he's a Candlewick, so he's like the flame when it's been snuffed out. So snuffing out a flame kind of makes sense. So they can all be Candlewicks. But as we were working this out, we heard some noises from outside, possibly attracted by our approach, or perhaps they'd tracked down the fire genasi regardless. Went outside, and there were these weird little, like, two-legged pugs, but with, like, big mouths and teeth that tried to bite our ankles. They were pretty flimsy, and Irina incinerated some of them. One of them went for, like, a really powerful bite and just sort of went a bit too far and learned that fire is hot. It's an important lesson to learn. There were also these strange things which didn't have arms, but they had, like, almost, for want of a better word, like spiky spider legs that when they, like, clutched around you and dug into you, it was like, rather than doing necessarily just physical damage, it tormented the brain and was pretty bad. But we managed to beat them. The last one had me in a grapple. I tried to basically blast away with Thunderstep, get Kashan out of there, and then chase after this flying thing with some weird skeletal warrior on the back. But that cowardly guy ran away. So now we're kind of just heading off after them, possibly, or at least that's what Candlewick, I think, wants to do. Oh, and My blood now doesn't have any color to it, so that's pretty weird. I think I
Cool.
might be becoming one with this place wherever we are.
A very detailed little recap there. So that leaves you guys just after the battle kind of concluded. This winged creature has flown out of sight some hundreds of feet away into the distance, swooping between canyon walls, but it is out of sight. And you look around to the rest of the battlefield. Looks like most of these things have stopped twitching. The fiery wall is still crackling there. But it looks like for the most part, these little scouts have been dispatched. What do you guys want to do?
Are we chasing it down?
Well, I
I
suppose
mean,
that's the question.
it-
Are we chasing them down, Candlewick?
it's a potential idea, but I think Candlewick wants to go inside and deal with what remains to be dealt with.
It does feel as though the heat is directed again towards where you just came from. You can feel the 7 candles on one of each of your fingers, just tingling a bit.
Well, then back in, I guess. I'm wondering if maybe, Kashan, do you want to like guard the entranceway and let us know if you spot anything? You're good at hiding in the shadows and stuff.
That's true. Within a minute of standing still, you see the cape envelop him in shadow, and he disappears. So you know he's probably standing right about the entrance.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll probably stick around as well and give an investigation to what these are and what value they might be to me. Same old stuff. This bee monster, Lavellin interest.
Alright,
Okay.
well, the rest of us will head in then and see what we can. Well, what the next step is, I suppose.
Indeed. All right. Can you chat loud? Gonna turn it down a little bit.
Hmm.
There we go. All right. So you guys head back in. I'll take you over to the other map. Hmm. Every now and again, it feels as though. Oh, she's gone. Feels as though your shadow is still playing tricks on you, Andy. Out of the corner of your eye, you catch it, maybe just not matching your frame or your stride as you're walking back in, but seems to be behaving itself for now. Just feels off. You group back in the strange, shadowy temple of sorts. You can see several of the Genasi have come out of hiding. They've readied themselves for battle should the worst have come to pass. And they look at you. The leader again speaks up and says in Ignan, "Are they all gone?" Wait, what am I saying? Of course they're not.
We drove off some weird little bitey things and some weird other things like spiky arms, and we killed them, and then there was some flying thing, but that ran away.
Kind of looks a little bit confused at first. Then says, "Ugh, the enemy forces use many illusionary tactics, especially within the desert's mirage. But if they know our position now, we can't stay here any longer. It was a retreat, call it emergency healing triage.
Yeah.
Triage? Yes, he says there was a triage encampment not too far from here, to the northwest. That's what we were heading for with our injured coming back from the front line. Didn't realize that the lines behind us had been completely swarmed with enemy forces.
What led you to hide in here?
Here seemed
Hmm.
like a defensible location. Doubt it's
Okay, but you were heading to a place where you could have got medical treatment. What made you stop here?
as I said, I didn't expect the enemy forces to have got behind us. They
Okay,
ambushed us,
and
and though we survived, we were gravely injured. We knew there would be more scouts. In order to recover, we hid in here, waited for a more safe time to traverse the sand.
okay. So what ambushed you? Who ambushed you?
Enemy forces, of course.
You have to
Soldiers.
be a bit more specific.
Who are the
Okay.
enemy?
All right. As you ask specifically, who is the enemy? Gonna roll another intelligence check.
Basically, what I want to know is whether or not he actually remembers.
The opposing faction, the war we've been fighting. You know who they are. Don't act out like we're not at war with
Just
them.
out of curiosity,
Yeah.
does Andy remember anything about, either Smolder or her dad mentioning a war that may have happened and how long ago that might have been?
Yeah, absolutely. You would have known about a war that took place, maybe a couple of generations ago. None of your living ancestors would have been alive at this point, but probably the great grandfather
So at least
of
about 50
Smolder.
years at least.
Right. Possibly
Okay.
more. The war took place in the Camel Hump Dunes between pretty much all of the nations, but it seemed as though most of them sided against Gaidia. Gaidia was the driving force, effectively trying to eradicate the enemy factions, and it was doing that pretty successfully. It was only because of one turning tide moment, and it's not spoke about much because, of course, the losing side weren't around to tell it. So the winning side really kind of emphasized more of this glorious battle. But you kind of get a hint because you're from the Dry Oasis. You probably get more of a hint that it was more of a massacre towards the end than it was a honorable battle.
So it's one of those situations where really in the end neither side were winners or losers.
There was definitely a winner, Gaidia.
Yeah, but as in like if it's a massacre and the total loss of numbers and stuff like that, both
Oh,
sides kind
right.
of lost in a sense.
It wasn't a Pyrrhic victory. No, there was some sort of turning point in the war where both were losing severely, I guess, numbers, and then suddenly Gaidia had this surge of power, overtook all the others, and then swept the battlefield clean. So it would have been a Pyrrhic victory had this momentous occasion not happened, where suddenly they just swept across the battlefield and annihilated everything. There was something that wasn't recorded much in the history books, but
Divine intervention in a sense.
people call it that.
Kind of.
Others call it like
Yeah.
the hearts of the people just stirred into I guess a push.
A flame
But
that scorched the enemy, scorched the path
yes,
before them, blazed the path to
exactly.
victory.
That right there sounds like a scripture right from the book itself. And it's a miracle that even the Dry Oasis remains. It was probably a city that surrendered, and in the end, probably didn't even have much of a fighting force to begin with. It's a smaller settlement, but you definitely remember there was a city south of you that is now known as the Rattling Ruins. So
I think we just tell them the truth.
Hmm.
I mean, all right. Here's the thing. You may recall that I said to you earlier, the war is long over. The war has been over for many, many years.
he looks at you with this kind of blank expression, like searching
I
the
need
words.
you to really sit and think about how you came to be in here. You were on your way to get help and medical treatment when you say something ambushed you, but you can't seem to tell us who or what.
Perhaps I've suffered some injuries myself.
I think your injuries and your friend's injuries were more serious than you are accepting.
Roll a persuasion check, Irina.
Persuasion.
Okay.
16.
So he says, he seems to nod, taking in your words, rather than looking so confused and bewildered that they make no sense. He seems to nod and say, war or not, there are dangers out there, and my mission still remains the same. I need to get these injured somewhere safe.
Okay.
Will you help me?
I will help you, but I think you're missing the point that I'm trying to get across to you. You and your men are not injured. You are past that.
Of course, we are on death's door. That is why we're
No,
desperate for help.
you're past that threshold. You are dead.
You're past the threshold. You're admiring the fancy grandfather clock, the nice umbrella stand, which for some reason has a scythe in it. You're well inside the building.
You guys are lingering when you should have passed on by now.
He looks to his men. They don't seem to believe it either. And all of them together sort of look to you and say, if I'm dead, then why do I still have a burning commitment to my men?
Unfinished business, lingering spirits, typical ghost stuff.
Sometimes spirits struggle to find their way to the next place, especially if they have things holding them.
He says, I have grave news for you, but all of you might be dead as well then, if that's the case.
I mean that's a possibility too, but
I thought you were all ghosts when you came here.
Yeah.
no, we were very much alive when we came in, but the longer we stay in here, I'm a little bit concerned.
Yeah, my blood no longer has color.
Shadow.
Yeah, we've got one whose blood is now colorless, and someone's shadow isn't sitting still. So I'm just gonna let Candlewick float about, and I don't know. I assume he has something that he needs to do.
It feels as though Candlewick Candlewick is clearly just, there's a sense of waiting and impatience again. Feels like the heat concentrates around your toes, like tapping it again.
Okay. So do they need to accept it, Is that what it is? Or have I got to literally like go on the offense here? I don't know. Do
feel
I hold their hands or?
You feel a cold sensation from Candlewick,
Okay.
and then a kind of uneasy warmth, but then settles back down to cold.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Um,
no.
Roll an insight check for me
Yeah.
with Irina.
Carius has a slightly weird idea. Is there any of like Candlewick sort of smoke floating about at the moment, or is it all focused in
That's
like
what I mean.
Arena?
I've just let him sort of.
Yeah, the smoke is sort of just a hazy,
Okay.
hovering cloud. It's not really doing anything important, but it's just sort of waiting there.
Okay. Then what I would like to do is I would like to do similar to what I did with Captain Montypot to some extent, and I'd like to try to essentially, one of a better word, like attune myself with that sort of essence like I did with the spark inside the captain in order for perhaps Carius to try to communicate as well, just as an attempt.
I'm sorry, you want to attune to...
Basically, if you remember rightly with if I remember rightly with Captain Montypot, I sort of touched him and managed to like absorb the
right,
spark into myself,
the
which allowed
element.
me to have that sort of
I see.
connection and communication.
Yes.
And I'm wondering if I could potentially try to do the same thing here, because obviously Karis has become a lot more attuned with the elements in general through what his training
I see.
recently.
And what element are you trying to seal out?
In this case, I mean, it's smoke and fire. From my knowledge of the gap between the thing between the planes, is there one between fire and air?
Yes.
And is that basically smoke?
You know it from having the actual diagram in front of you.
Yeah.
Fire and air. Let me just check. Where is that diagram? I gave it to you.
Yeah, I keep losing it every time I want to use it. It's just like...
So do I. I should just take a handout, really, shouldn't I? So there is a plane of ash as well,
Yeah. So
which is the closest. But
yeah, so I'm going to
find
basically try to sort of approach, because obviously Carius, despite the tiefling heritage and obviously having a natural fire from that, is obviously focuses air and water mostly. So he's going to try to approach the ash from sort of the air side to try to get that sort of feeling and see if maybe he can communicate at all with, just in case, because whilst Irina's had that long connection, it might be sometimes a second pair of ears. So in this case, not a pair of ears, it's more a...
In this case, what I'll do is I'll allow you to just roll an insight check.
Okay.
Okay. And
Nope.
Candlewick is normally one to keep to themselves, and you've not seen them be very expressionate. And as you're trying to read the hazy smoke, there isn't much of an emotion there. It's not that you're not picking up on something. You feel like it's the Candlewick's not really expressing anything right now.
Worth a shot. Irina, because it's probably better coming from yourself. Is it possible that to ask Candlewick? I don't know if he'll answer just by me asking. I'm not quite worked out exactly how he works yet. If we need to take these people somewhere, not necessarily like, you know, help them move on, but if there's somewhere to go.
That was my next kind of thing. I'm just kind of like, okay, these guys clearly were maybe traveling through this place in a certain direction. And obviously when we first came in, we saw an area that had more light than the rest of it. Can we see that area from here?
Not from underground. The area that had more light was coming from them, effectively. That they were kind of around the corner. That was the light I was explaining. But I will say, as Carius asks, "Hey, Irina, should we take them somewhere?" There is a rising heat, and this is an affirmative gesture from Candlewick.
Okay, I'm gonna hold both my hands up, and I'm gonna slowly rotate in a circle and see where his heat kind of flares up the most in sort of like which direction.
It heats and flares up, and you can even see the smoke actually position itself still at the edge of you, but it positions itself towards the south, facing the door,
So out
facing the
cave.
entranceway,
Okay.
out into that grey desert, the one with no light, no sky, no stars, no moon in the night sky.
I am assuming that we have to escort them through the desert in case that swooping thing tries to take them.
You feel the heat rise up again.
Great, it's an escort mission. Crap.
Candlewick, are we needing to take them to that place to the northwest where they were heading, or is it somewhere else?
You feel the smoke rises up for a second, and the heat in that smoke definitely rises. It's a slight different rise, however, and in that the smoke kind of twirls around, and then twirls back on itself.
In terms
So
of like, obviously, when we came in, it kind of reversed. The way we came in reversed, but as we were walking forward, it then turned directions. But we still felt like we were walking forward. I assume it's for us, it might be south, but for them, it's kind of like north. It's opposite day.
that is actually a very good insight. You're starting to get Candlewick.
All right.
It's basically saying yes in a roundabout way.
So yeah, in a way, but this seems to be kind of like a mirror effect. So technically,
Northwest
No.
is southeast.
is south.
Right.
So we have to take them south, basically, but we're technically going north.
That's as technically correct as you're possibly going to be.
Without hurting my own brain.
Yeah.
Okay. How many? We've got 7 of these guys, right?
There's 2 more that kind of come around the corner, and they are carrying on like a
Right.
stretcher 2 more injured, laying down. They are one of them's unconscious completely. The other one's just sort of like eyes
Is
fluttering.
Llewellyn inside or outside the building?
He's currently outside. If you need him though, he's only by the entrance.
Yeah, I'm gonna run over to Llewellyn.
Okay.
Do you have enough energy to turn into something that can carry some of these guys through the desert?
Depends what you want.
Well, we've got 7 of these guys. Like, one of them's unconscious. We can't get them all through safely by dragging them through the sand.
Really quiet, by the way, Jamie.
T-Rex could do it.
T-Rex?
Quite big though.
But T-Rex is... You turned into one of those once before, and it stands, like, up, right?
Yeah, it's like a
So
slap.
they're just gonna...
What
Woo!
about- do you think I could... Would I have heard of an elephant, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't
Or
know.
you were in the
Yeah.
hut, right? So can you, if you're looking for something like that, wasn't there a Triceratops in there?
There was. Yeah, sure, let's go with Triceratops. It's probably just as big and just as manageable.
Okay, great. I've got to try and convince these guys to come with us now.
Hey. What did I find out about those things outside, by the way?
You can roll a investigation check.
'Cause I want to know about them in case we come across
And
them again.
Sean, could you also give me a perception check? You
Never
were
mind.
basically posted just outside, trying to keep watch, see if any more of these things would swoop by.
Yep, I don't have the page open as of yet, so I'm just gonna roll. Nat 1.
Natural one?
Yep.
Oh, God.
And that's my good dice.
I'm gonna say, get new dice.
No, that is my good dice.
It's not a very good dice.
Oh, no.
Right.
That's going into jail. Okay. The area around you is fraught with darkness. The sky has no illumination. Normally at night you'd rely on at least some moonlight coming down, but there's none of it. It's eerie. You can hear distant kind of winds, and as they pass through the canyon, they make kind of howling, shrill, whistling sounds, and it unnerves you. You kind of slink back into the entrance just to avoid having to hear those noises because they are unnerving. And as a result, your vision is severely limited to just the entrance. If anything came by, though, you'd have probably seen it, but it doesn't give you an eye on the sky. So, yeah, you don't have much to report back to the others, unfortunately. As for Llewellyn, as you're looking over the bodies of these things, it's strange. Doesn't look like somebody stitched these together like Dr. Gerolf would. In fact, it looks more like mutations, natural mutations. You've already experienced a few things from being here. Maybe you'll turn into one of these if you stay here long enough. You have no idea, though.
Oh no.
It's as much as you get on a 7. You have no idea what these things are.
Does the book want anything?
I can't make use of these husks. No.
They're so old.
They look more decayed than I do.
You look fine, don't worry. You're not that decayed.
I'm cracking around the edges. The pages are fraying. I have seen better days.
Maybe we
Give
get.
the good moisturizer.
Yeah, maybe. God damn it, you beat me to it.
Sorry.
Moisturize me.
Don't do that.
Yeah, maybe
Wait.
you just need a bit of a touch up.
My old spine keeps... Well, it doesn't crack like it used to. Doesn't crack at all, actually. Which is actually a sign of a... A sign of a cracking spine is actually a sign of young and youth. But my spine doesn't crack at all now, which means it's very old.
Yeah, I don't think it would if it was made of skin anyway.
You're made of skin.
Yeah, and I don't crack.
We'll see about that.
Okay, let's go.
Well, how about that?
Just let it climb up onto me, and I get ready to prepare the spell to
Okay.
turn into a Triceratops. Because
Mm,
So I'll go back to the group.
okay. So, what's the plan here?
So,
You got-
okay. We are gonna get you to where you need to go. My friend here is going to help carry some of your injured, and we will help the rest. And we will help you get across as safely as we can.
Are we going stealthily, as to avoid the ire of these creatures, or swiftly to outrun them?
We will go as stealthily as we can. It is dark, so just be on your guard. But I don't think your men can travel quickly, so we will do this carefully.
Very well.
How are
I
we all
agree.
looking, by the way? Obviously, we had a fight last session. Are we all?
Yeah, you did. It was a little bit hairy. For the most part, you don't have physical injuries on you, but your mind feels racked, fueled by those flickering images of the library being burnt, or Paris. You remember the vision of, I think it was something to do with your family, wasn't it?
Yes.
That's right. They're just basically you didn't see a horrific image, but rather you just saw your bloodline kind of die, like age and pass away. You were like the last one. It was really sad, but you just saw every one of your relatives grow old, pass away, and the Riley coast kind of fall into disrepair, disuse, and eventually an abandoned port. It's a depressing thought, but it still weighs heavily on your mind. And although you're not injured terribly, it feels like you're weighted down. So, mechanically speaking,
Yep.
you took psychic damage,
Yeah,
a lot of it.
Carius, out of curiosity, as he's got this colourless blood, is just gonna like scoop up a bit on his finger and taste it to see if it still tastes like blood.
It does. The taste is slightly muted. Like, it's not as
Hmm.
irony. Kind of just a faint taste of iron.
Everything seems to be muted in here, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time here, but if we go too quickly, these guys aren't going to keep up.
Okay. So then, just right, stealthily.
As stealthy as you can be with the Triceratops.
Yep. I'll keep an eye on things from the air.
Right. Going in the air.
Well, I am.
I'll warn you, they have griffin riders and the like.
Yeah, well, Griffins.
Partly why we came in here. We had cover from the skies.
Well, the skies are mine, so we'll deal with that if the time comes.
Oh,
I'm gonna go over to obviously there's a group that are kind of like huddled in the corner. Can they lift this unconscious one? Are they able to
yeah,
lift
they've got them on a stretcher.
Okay, cool. We'll get them over to Llewellyn.
Okay.
This is gonna be awkward. So, what's probably best if I lie down on my front and you just put him on top, then you won't have to try and lift him on top of me.
Well,
Just lay him in the stretcher on top of me, and I'll transform that way.
You polymorphing right now, yeah?
I'm about to, yeah.
Maybe wait until we're outside.
Yeah. Okay. Because it's gonna be awkward trying to get a guy on a stretcher on top of.
well, we're gonna have to tie them on to secure them anyway, so.
I was just thinking if I was laid down, ready, it'd probably be easier that way.
Because if we do that, and you've got both Andy and Irina can do mage hands, so we can almost steady this guy either side while Llewellyn changes form in place as it goes up. And then we can mage hand rope hold him.
Hell yeah.
Right. Okay.
You can just like tie it to the horns at the front.
Sure.
Yeah, so you've got 2 people on your back.
Okay. Yeah, you can comfortably fit these 2 on your back, along with, like you say, supporting them with ropes and such.
I'm gonna get the rest of them to kind of travel in front of the Triceratops. And then obviously I have the best vision in this darkness, so I'll go at the very front. And obviously Candlewick knows where he's going. And then you guys just position yourselves.
Yeah. Carius will position himself a bit basically above, but he'll ask if he can borrow the telescope, because obviously if he's going to be scouting, you might as well have the edge sort of thing.
Yep.
So-
Andy, where are you going to be?
She'll probably sidle up next to the one that she thought looked a bit like Smolder.
Okay.
So
Yeah, she should probably stay somewhere near them because they give off light.
so
Was it?
When-
She's like, "Ooh, I could talk to this one."
yeah. So when transforming into this, my goal in mind would be to get these to where they need to go and defend if necessary, because my intelligence is now 2.
It is. Okay.
Very low intelligence.
You know who your allies are.
Yeah.
You still have the same personality, but yes. You just vaguely remember the plan, get them somewhere. That's about all you remember.
Keep,
What
and
are
keep
the
going.
pretty shiny things?
missing
Hmm.
guy.
Just hold a light chi in front of him and go, ooh.
Yeah, pretty much.
I miss Grump.
One-eyed Triceratops.
Okay. I'm just gonna throw you all back down on the map. All right. So, Karis, you're up in the air about how high?
Hmm. I'll say maybe 100 feet so that I can get down to the ground should I need to quickly. With like a dash, because that's my max fly speed is 100 if I dash.
Damn. Okay. Sure. 100 feet up it is. You can give me a perception check. You are at quite a height advantage that you can see over the canyon wall,
Yeah.
and what the rest of the party can't see, you
Yeah.
can at this point.
Because I'm using the telescope, is that advantage? Like the
Um,
reverse telescope thing.
Now, yes, it would be, but it's quite low light here.
So it's not.
So I'm just gonna say flat.
Okay. Flat perception.
Is this
Go.
not disadvantage?
Yep.
Okay, 14. Best roll some things here. Huh. Alright. Okay. And this one. Alright. Swooping up high, you can see above the canyon wall, there is a number of very high perches. Looks to be like maybe a ruined um, building you can see to the south of you guys on top of the canyon wall. Doesn't seem to be occupied by anything, just a long shadow stretched from it over the South Canyon. Then you spot something, doesn't seem to be trying to hide itself at all, quite obvious and in the open. And I'll move your token just a little bit so you can spot it. There is a hulking creature lumbering through the desert sands, dragging a massive misshapen arm across it, leaving kind of this like long trail as well as the footprints. It has this second head like growth out of its shoulder connected to the other head. They've just got this long, sunken facial features. Their eyes are just tiny dots in these sunken sockets, and it is just simply making its way across the the canyon. Doesn't seem to be necessarily searching for anything, more like patrolling, but it is quite large and quite scary looking. At the ends of their hands, you see they kind of end in two large hooks, and I'll show you guys that thing.
Hmm. Hmm. We want to try to avoid engaging as best we can.
In addition to that, with your perception, you do see there are a number of other smaller shadows skirting in between rocks and such. Um, with 14, I'll say you can probably make out they are maybe more of those small creatures you saw and fought outside.
Yeah.
They're kind of like hopping around in groups of three. But yeah,
Okay. Assuming that as Caradox isn't going to shout for these symbols and we don't have Llewellyn for message, and I don't think anyone else has message that I'm aware of, I'm going to have it that Karis basically uses shape water to essentially create an image just beneath his glaive to basically indicate sort of basically a symbol for a large enemy and then a symbol for several small ones, and then like an arrow pointing like to warn them that there's something up ahead.
okay. All right. The rest of you guys should be on the right map now. So
Yeah. Desert of Thread.
the Triceratops is going to have to squeeze in several sections.
It's fine. He limber.
You want it?
He does yoga. He's limber.
How about that? You can make it, but he will squeeze. If this canyon got any tighter, then you'd be stuck.
Yeah. Well, let's hope he's more of a Triceratops than a Triceratops, so we can't see him.
He's more like a Michael Ceratops.
Okay.
Whereabouts is this thing, Carius?
It was basically over here, sort of near this. It was patrolling, essentially.
Did it look like it was going in a specific direction?
Did it? From what I saw, or did it just look like it was patrolling like a set path?
Lumbering back and forth in the sands,
Yeah.
going back and forth.
Yeah. Karis will get to this point and then he'll drop down and wait for the party to catch up slightly. So he'll just drop down to the ground like here-ish, basically. But he will be going straight up almost certainly afterwards. But just sort of explains to Irina that there's some big thing with like hook hands and a second head seems to be patrolling sort of the exit way, and there looks like there might be some more of those little bitey things.
Does that sound like anything that came through my head when I entered this area?
Yeah, you remember having a little brief, like, shot of information. I will give you a chance to make an Arcana check, because it seems as though Candlewick does know these quite well.
Man, I'm rolling so low tonight. The 9.
Okay, 9. All you sense from Candlewick is a kind of burning, searing flame, which you normally register as like intense
Hatred.
anger. Yeah, hatred, anger, yeah. And then yeah, 9 didn't cut it much. That's as much as you get.
Okay,
It feels like a rising, burning flame.
if I hold my hand in that direction, is he basically like that's the direction I want to go in, or if I hold it sort of like up towards the canyon going dead south, does that change anything?
It seems as though you were correct in your assumption. It wants to go south, east, but mainly more south. The flame is kind of like a compass in your mind. You can feel it burning, going. You want to go down, effectively, but
But we have to
this
go
thing
around.
is going to be in the way.
Okay. Could do a thing, but
I could try to take them out in one fell swoop, but it's probably not going to be
the problem with that is it may attract too much attention.
exactly. No, I don't have anything that isn't flashy, as it were. Though.
Do you think you could distract it in a different direction as we get past?
Certainly possible. Karis then considers something. How many of them are there? Of the allies? There's 7. 2 of them are on the back of that, so there's 5 of them. Okay, Karis is gonna indicate for them to wait there a moment, and he wants to try to sort of just fly over this sort of weird thing here, is basically keeping low to the ground as much as he can, and see what he can see down here, essentially.
Okay. Keeping low to the ground. Give me a stealth check.
Yeah. Stealth, I'm great at that. Yeah.
The rolls are not in your favor at the moment.
But either way, if something spots him, Karis is going to be acting as a distraction either way. So
Okay. Go ahead, start moving your token.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you now. I'll tell you when to stop. Or I'll pause the game, rather.
Yeah, so Karis sort of obviously slides over the top, and he just sort of going that way. Basically, he was planning to get just to sort of that sort of point anyway.
Give me another perception check, and we'll see what happens. Natural one. Okay, you're just about to look off into the distance. You can see everything that you can see, by the way, right?
Yeah.
So there is a canyon. There's a set of steps that kind of come round from the high perch onto the lower sands. There is even a section of water, which normally not present in the desert, but with the temperature being quite low, cold, you would expect there to maybe be water sources that haven't dried up. There is 3 more of these barking dog-like creatures. They haven't spotted you, but something else does, and you hear it. Probably what averts your gaze from the distant canyon, which does stretch onwards all the way to the south, and it kind of continues like a straight line. It doesn't twist and turn as much. But just as you're trying to perceive into the distance, is when you hear a flapping of wings and maybe a couple of stones fall down from the rooftop of that building behind you.
Yeah.
Swooping your head around and looking, you suddenly see this creature, the same winged one that scouted you out before, descending like a cloak of darkness towards you. And I need Karis to roll initiative real quick.
Well, this thing. Please be. That's goodish.
Okay, let me see what I got.
Oh no.
Mm-mm.
Well, I outspeed the rider.
Yeah, these guys were also stealth, so I guess in a sense this is more of a surprise round.
Yep.
So it swoops in just as you turn around. You see it kind of already above you, on top of you. It is gonna make a 2 attacks, one with its bite, one with its claws. Okay, so yeah, the rolls have been also good. And you swear you saw nothing on that rooftop as you kind
Yeah.
of hovered by it. It was completely devoid of any creatures. But I did say there was a long stretching shadow of it. It was
Yeah.
maybe hiding within the shadow of that rooftop.
Yeah.
Incredibly stealth. They have very high stealth. Right,
Look.
claws swing at you.
Ow.
Yeah, that's a nasty strike. Ouch, indeed. And what else have we got?
Oh, I don't have any
Got a
of those.
multi-attack, bites as well. Oh, you're lucky, natural one. So you get a raking sensation down your back. You just instinctually and reflexively try to pull yourself away on the glaive. And as you spin around, you actually catch the glaive in its eye, like scratch across it, and it flaps back like gasping. And yeah, natural one. Okay. Wasn't good.
Nope.
What about the rider? Let's see. Okay. Oh, is that the problem with scouting missions?
Yep.
Okay. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Do I have anything to help me with that? No. Okay, wisdom it is. Please be enough. I don't think it's going to be
13?
enough.
Do you have anything to add to it?
No.
Okay. Then I'm afraid, Harris, you feel your mind being pulled and pulled at the edges of your brain until it finally like boom, comes free. It almost feels like you've just been hit with some sort of pulse that's just kept your body still, but it felt like your mind has just been flooded backwards and out of it, like you're having an ethereal jaunt almost. And as it kind of twists and contorts your mind, you see almost your body in an outer body experience. Your body kind of just stays there, like hovering for a moment, just on the glaive, still holding it, but like clearly dazed and stunned. And the rest of your mind takes a nasty 19 points.
Point me to exactly
man.
0.
Oh god, that is not good. 19 points of psychic damage is enough to drop you. Because of this, your body doesn't just like daze for a moment, it kind of falls from the glaive that you're holding on to. With this as well, as it kind of like pulses out, everyone back here definitely hears this strange reverberating sound. It's kind of like a hum, but like a low pitched hum. And Carius doesn't seem to re-emerge. Oh god, Carius, you're unconscious. Fool.
I mean, it's psychic damage, so I suppose I can't bleed out from that.
No, but
I have a monster over me, so
yes, you do. Okay. Nonetheless, I'm gonna get everyone else on initiative as well. This is about to get real sticky. Yeah, I'm afraid it had really good stuff. You're all
Yeah.
really bad on perception. That
Mm.
was just unlucky. Okay. So after this
Roll for
round,
me.
sorry,
Everybody just rolled automatic.
did I just roll for everyone? My bad.
Yeah.
I was just clicking down the line. Oops. Oh, well, it gets us started quicker. You see this shadow just kind of pass over the canyon wall. Let's see. Paris, Lord.
I don't know what to do.
All right. So we're back to this thing's go. Okay. Gonna roll something. Interesting. Okay. Not good. Not good for me. Anyway, I'm gonna say that Andy, you're actually out. You
Well,
heard this kind of strange, distant sound.
yeah, I mean, she's pretty much blind in the dark. Just heard a weird thump. So the only thing I can really think she'll do in this instance is probably just get the short bow out and get an arrow notched in it ready, just in case she does see anything move. But yeah, she's not gonna just suddenly just shoot blindly into darkness that she can't see. So
Okay. Tell you what then. Let's have everyone also make a perception check. Everyone back here, including the Triceratops as well. And those without dark vision. Actually, this is more based on sound, so just everyone roll it flat.
Roll which one, sorry?
Okay, that's much better. So Andy, having an acute sense of hearing, you may not be able to see much in the dark, but that allows you to tune into your hearing, which is pitch perfect. You definitely heard the clatter of Karas's well, its glaive doesn't just fall down, does it? It stays hovering unless commanded to. So
Yeah.
what you definitely heard is a slump of a body, perhaps 95 foot away from you, up on the canyon itself. And I'll even say with the 31, you even heard the clatter of roof tiles, as if something had swept off the top of the roof and descended upon him. And that
okay.
sound, that reverberating screech sound, was definitely from here as well. You
Well,
know the direction.
in
Sorry.
that case, she'll make the assumption that something's happened to Carius, but she's not going to do anything drastic as of yet. She's not going to just suddenly go charging in, so she'll still do what I suggested before.
Seeing as you knock your arrow, one of the genasi next to you says, "What is it? Do you see something? Is there an enemy nearby?"
I don't see anything, but I heard something.
Where?
Just, and she kind of like gestures in that direction.
Okay. All right. Captain will be up straight after that, and I'm going to have him go with the full group. He says, he seems to turn around and hear this, and he kind of gets low as well to the ground. He says, "Up there, maybe I can scale the canyon wall. Get a better look."
Maybe do don't do anything too risky. You're a little beacon of light.
All right. What do you suggest?
I can go. You stay here and keep your men safe.
All right. Move up a little bit. He just as for his men to just
Yeah, as long as they keep themselves safe.
they're gonna hold a dash action just for when the time comes to move. Irina, you're up.
I'm gonna also gesture the direction that they need to move in, but also
Yeah.
warn them that there is something big down that way.
Okay.
All
right.
I am going to. Okay. So Andy has given me pretty specific directions. Yes.
Yes, because they got
Alright.
such a high roll on their perception. They know the direction and the elevation and
Sweet.
what it was as well, like a body slumping down. Like,
Perfect. Do any of us have a healing potion? Oh, Nora.
Fucking hell. Ow.
what was
Sorry,
that?
setting up new phone and I'm logging into everything and it's like, advert!
Love it. Okay.
Yeah. Does anybody have? I'm literally just going to turn to the group and be like, has anybody got anything? If he has gone down, then I mean, I could get him, but also that could take me some time.
I haven't got any healing potions.
All right. Okay. I'm going to use Andy's very accurate directions, and I'm going to dimension door to carry us.
Okay. Dimension door. So 95 feet up. You can easily get there, no problem.
Yeah.
So woof, you appear. Did you want to take anyone with you? Just so you know.
No, because I need to pick up Carius and take him back, so
Okay.
I can't take someone with me.
All right. So you're just doing this as a full action.
Yeah.
Right. As you appear up at the top of the canyon wall, to your right, there is indeed a building with some loose tiles. Some of them are shattered around near Carius's body. You can see there is a gash wound on his back. He's lying flat down on the ground. His glaive somewhere up on. It's not. No, it wouldn't be high up because you said you were hovering down to close to the ground.
Yeah.
So his glaive is just hovering about eye level. You look around. You see. Well, what's your passive perception? Just real quick.
My
It
passive
is
perception is
15. 15. You spot hanging upside down like a bat from the edge of the tiles on the roof is a creature that shrouded itself, its eyes just peering over the top, and it's trying to blend into the shadow. But you can see it slowly reach out. It's seemingly using carriers as bait to ambush another.
okay.
And you spot it because I rolled such a look what I rolled on my my stealth. I rolled a 2.
So it's definitely seen me.
It knows you're there, and you know it's there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I rolled 2 on my stealth, so not great. That was its action. Karis, yeah, okay. You see he's just lying there. You don't even know if he's dead or not yet.
Yeah, but I can see him in the glaive, right?
Yes.
Okay. Very, very slowly, I'm gonna put a hand on the glaive and grab Carius by the scruff of the neck. I'm not gonna make any sudden movements, and I'm just getting ready for when I am able to get the fuck out of here.
Well, you should still have full movement because Dimension Door was your action, so you've still got all of your movement.
But I know if I move, this thing's probably gonna launch itself at me.
Oh, I see. So you're trying to pretend that you don't see it. Is that right?
I'm just kind of like, if I'm slow enough, I don't want to.
You don't want to alert it to your presence, basically.
Essentially, because obviously Carius is already unconscious. I'm pretty, like, mentally beat up too, and this thing obviously is the thing I saw earlier. So I'm just kind of like, okay, I see you. Where is your rider?
I'll tell you what. I'll roll for that as well. Yeah, you don't see it. You don't see the rider.
Exactly. So I'm just kind of like, so I am going to. Problem is, I've only got one shot at this, so I can't waste it. I can't. It's fine. Andy's given directions to people. I just need to make sure Carrier stays safe. So
So you've got the glaive. By the way, the glaive will take any command from anyone if you give it. I think as long as you've got it.
Shit. Yeah, of course. I kind of want to almost. Will it stay afloat without anyone holding onto it consciously?
Yeah, it will, but you got to support someone on there. Otherwise, they'll sort of flop off of it.
Oh no, I'm kind of thinking like if I drape him over it,
Yeah.
like a piece of washing,
Right. Right.
and maybe
Sure.
I can like wrap his tail around it.
Oh, wow.
Like
say you
his jacket is made of like strips of fabric, right? If I tie a bunch of those, that'll be secure enough, right?
Right. Okay, I'll let you do this.
And then instead of using my movement, can I just launch it?
Sure. All right. This sounds hilarious. But you kind of command the glaive. It knows even from just a small nudge where it needs to go. All right. So how much movement has the glaive got? 60 foot?
50.
50? All right. So I'll say for your
If I
movement,
run, oh no, it's my movement, so don't worry.
you want to shove him 50 foot on his glaive? Yeah.
Is that gonna pass in front of this creature? If I do
No, the creature. Sorry, the creature's here.
that? Okay, I wasn't sure where it was. You just said it's under there somewhere.
Yeah,
okay.
there you go. You see it now.
Then yes, I am going to launch Carius.
All right, Gareth.
Fire the
Unconscious,
tiefling!
slumped over the glaive, is just fired off, giving the command to the glaive to get going. Will be enough movement to get you to. Let's see, where is
Into
it?
visibility of everybody else.
Yeah, I think it is actually. Yeah, 50. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
it goes up at an angle slightly. So
And
you're not
then-
100 foot up. Let me just change that to like 20. All right, there you go. Karis is slumped and flying towards. Now he needs the triage. Kishan, you're up.
Okay. So everyone down there, danger afoot.
Oh, we are.
Do I? I don't see anything from down here.
No, you don't.
Okay. I'll just turn around to Andy and say, "Wait here. I'm going to climb up and see if I can get a better look."
Seems like I can do that.
And
Alright.
I'll start climbing.
Won't take any extra movement, but it will take 20 foot of movement to get to the top of the canyon wall.
Okay.
Because you've got climb speed, I'll just say you can do it, no problem. There's only 20 foot of movement to get up there.
Cool. Do I see anything?
Okay, so let me check with your vision.
Because it's dark.
It's very dark. It is like night, but without any moonlight. So not from there, you don't see anything, I'm afraid. No, not that's like hostile or dangerous to you. You just see a flat canyon top. It looks like it's been weathered down by winds. Almost like a necrotic wind has swept across it, shearing the cliff.
Can
So-
I? Okay, so I'm going to light a torch.
Okay. I will give you some light. Vision. Gives you, what's it, 80? 40 bright? Sounds generous. Okay.
Okay.
There's
And
an action to do that.
oh, so I can't throw it.
You could throw it as a free action, just sort of get it somewhere if you wanted to. You're not like rolling it as an attack. You're just sort of throwing
was
it out to
thinking-
someone.
I was thinking to kind of like launch it up as a flare.
I see. Okay, yeah, you want to throw up in the air, sure.
Yeah.
Which direction? Like,
The direction where everyone went.
cool. All right then. Let me change that vision now. So you just hurl this kind of torch, flings in the air. It definitely illuminates Carius floating towards you guys on the glaive. And when it kind of lands, you see the shadows almost like pounce on it, and it sort of dims the light shorter and shorter. You can see it from a great distance away, and you see Irina standing just at the edge of this building, and there is a large, dark set of wings stretching out. You can't see the full creature, but where the light is hitting it, it's just a shadow stretching
Okay.
out.
Gotcha. Then if I see Carius, I will spend the rest of my movement going as far to him as possible with 55 feet.
Okay, yeah, you can make a jump over the top of the canyon wall. What's your strength?
My strength, not great.
6. So, wait, really, just 6? Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, give me an athletics check to see if you can. Oh, wait, you have got your
Zippity
you've got your pole vault. Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah.
yeah, you can make an acrobatics check instead.
Would you
of
allow?
pole vault.
Yeah.
You can do it. Go
Alright.
ahead. You can get like at least a 10. You'll be good.
Doing.
Yeah, no problem. So normally this would be a feat of strength, but using your pole vault, you're easily able to like, launch yourself into the air, twirl, land, and you can easily continue your movement. So let me just see where you've gone. You've moved 55 foot, right? Roughly.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. You good there?
Yes. I will wait for my next turn.
Okay,
Be
Carius,
able to.
once again, this
Okay.
for me. And we'll continue down.
Oh no.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Continue. It's actually amazing job that Irina did what she just did, because that could be bad. Irina, you're
Did I
looking
miss
around for the.
something?
What happened?
What happened?
I had to
I'm
roll
not
my
sorry.
death roll in secret.
I'm making
Oh.
him roll death rolls in secret.
Oh,
Anyway, sorry, I shook from that. The corner where this creature is looming around, it seems the rider emerges. He is not mounted, and he seems to be cricking his neck as he comes around the corner towards you, and then swings a scythe towards you. Got advantage because he was hidden, and he did take the action to hide last turn. Ooh,
Still misses.
16. This is. What is this? Okay. That's incredible.
I've got the shield, so I just imagine the scythe gets
Oh.
caught in the steering wheel and just kind of like twist.
Of course, the shield. I always forget you're wielding something like this. All right, yeah. You turn, double take to see this thing come around, and the scythe embeds under the shield. Kind of gets dislodged suddenly, and you see he's rearing back for another swing. Got 2 attacks, but the next one's just flat. Oh, 18. I think that does
That
hit.
is
though.
just my AC.
Okay, this time as you try to block, it hits like the shaft of the scythe, but the blade comes over and sticks into your shoulder for some piercing damage, but also some psyche damage. As once again you're hit and racked with those visions of everything burning and turning to ruin around you. That's its go. The glint of the scythe is visible up here as well, Sean. You see that Irina is definitely under attack. The next creature is up. I say creature. Llewellyn polymorphed Triceratops.
I don't know
just-
what's going on. I guess I just
Mm.
continue to walk.
Okay, move you up a little bit.
I'm like,
I mean, he was told the plan, and the plan was to keep these guys safe as they got through. So I imagine maybe just
Yeah, we just
Stick with
trundle
them.
on
You
along
guys
at
carry on.
speed. So
Alright.
as far as we can get at a Triceratops speed, I guess.
Gotcha. Alright, I'll move you up a little bit. There we go.
What is my speed? 50 feet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna move you all that way. Just
Well,
because
he's
it-
also got to
you're
squeeze
squeezing.
through the gap, so yeah.
Exactly. So I'm
They're
just gonna
also
move you
being
a bit.
stealthy, so
That's fine.
Alright then. Okay.
And
The
I will prepare myself for any dangers.
oh, there's danger.
So if anything comes close enough to me, I very much doubt it. I've got an attack prepared.
Gotcha. Alright. Okay, back to the top of the round. This creature was stretching out, now that its master has launched his attack, it too will swoop down towards you and makes the first is a bite attack at you, Irina. And a 23 hits. Oh my god, you're on 1 hit point. This thing bites into you, lifts you up, and as you're like flung into the air, it tries to swat you down with a claw.
You know what? Because I don't have to dimension door, I'm a hellish rebuke.
Go ahead, right? Roll damage.
Just 'cause I'm annoyed. 30.
God,
And you guys probably see the fire.
that is dex save. Quite dexy. See if he gets it. 16 to save.
I believe that's it.
That's a fail because you've got a higher DC than I do. At minus
Yeah, you
17.
got a spell save of 18. Really, really high. Alright, despite its best efforts, tries to swirl and turn in the air at the last moment, but it is blasted with an intense heat. Fire spreads over its body and lights up in the night. Once
And
again,
he takes 1 charge.
it was dark into this point. It is now very clearly a beacon of light in here. I'm going to just draw another big light source around about here.
How long do your
Okay.
charges last?
They stack. They just sit there until.
Yeah, because didn't you hit this thing for 2 as it flew away?
I did.
You
Oh,
did?
yeah.
I did. If it's
Oh my
the same
God.
one, I did. So that's
Oh.
the third charge. He explodes.
Oh, no. Okay, right. Let me just
Ah.
erupt him then. Oh, that's a bit too much.
Nicely remembered.
I was just like, wait a minute, you were sniping this thing, and I'm pretty sure
I was, yeah.
it didn't trigger because you missed the second shot.
No.
I want to say.
All right, it erupts. Roll an extra 2d6.
Well, 2d6.
Isn't it 2d6?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
And doesn't then the other thing have to make a save as well?
Yes, it needs
He
to make a dex save.
dex save.
As it explodes, fails. You can roll another 2d6. And this guy gets a charge too. He is sparking. Meanwhile, the gloom wing erupts in a roaring, shadowy fire.
Is that the guy on his shoulders? The rider?
The rider is sparking. The winged creature has blown up, but is still alive, but looking very badly injured at this point. Yeah, do some
But you
more
can now
damage to
see
it.
where I am.
Mm,
It's like crawling on the floor.
At least we know where to aim.
Okay, yeah. Let me just take off a bit more because I think I remember the damage from last time. All right. What else? Okay, yeah. It has got one last attack. So after this explosion has just gone off, thrashes around in the shadows, sees if it can get one claw attack. Misses. Misses. Oh my god! It seems as though that fire is just more important. It's trying to pat itself out rather than swipe at you. You're alive and just barely. Andy's go.
My goal is to try and get to Carius, but I'm a little bit far away yet.
Use the Triceratops.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of nicely positioned there. It's like a little ramp to
You
get
know,
up.
Fred Flintstones, but in reverse.
So yeah, I'm gonna basically run up the Venom's tail up over the Triceratops and try to get up there. I don't know if I've got quite enough movement, so she's got to use her extra bit to dash, then she will.
So you can get up there because you were kind of on the ready last turn. Most of these guys also held their movement as well. I'll give you a bit of extra movement this turn.
Okay.
Do
If that's
you want to get to the canyon? Onto
yeah,
the canyon?
she's trying to get to Carrier, so yes, up onto the canyon.
Okay. All right, you can make that movement with a bit of a
Okay.
stylish run up the Triceratops' tail,
Okay.
leap off of its frilled head and back
My
to...
brain kind of like sees that this last little bit, you know, like how they do in baseball, where they slide to try and get to the base. She's doing it. She's like sliding across the top of the canyon to get to Carrier, so she can just touch a part of him, so she can cast Cure Wounds.
You've got Cure Wounds?
Yeah.
All right. Hell yeah. That will pop him back up. Yeah, roll the... If you want, you can also target him. Or just administer the healing. Alt. Oh, wow. There it is.
I will take that 23 HP.
Yep, and you are brought back from death's door.
Yeah.
What a fit.
I am so
Yeah.
happy
Judging
about
from
that.
your face, I was just like, oh no.
Yeah, I nat
You're up.
one.
Yeah.
My
If you're on a nat
previous
one.
one, my previous one was a 19. I was just like, so close, and then like, no, not the complete opposite.
You would have had... Also, you would have had an extra death save if you'd have said you was any higher than what you did. Because you were
Yeah.
like, I'm going to be close to the ground. I'm like, I'm not going to do a full damage on you.
Yeah.
Because you were just like slumping off. But, wow, that was...
Yeah. Karis just sort of eyes blink open, just sort of looks at Andy.
Face covered in dust now.
Hello. Where's the big bat thing?
You're welcome.
Yes.
You died. Nearly.
Yeah.
Again.
That's been happening to me a lot recently.
He is a damsel in distress.
It's a good thing that apparently I am good at medical stuff.
Yes, this is why you're the ship's doctor.
I am not a doctor.
Okay.
I'm a gem, I'm a bard, not a doctor.
Couple of other bits. Need to roll some more NPCs on top of that round. Okay. As you administer this healing, Andy, you also hear in the distance, well, everyone at this point, you hear those strange, high, screechy roars, the strange things that the pugs were doing last time. And you can see just shadows in the canyon below, darting around and maybe even moving up to your position. So that's happening. It is... Did you want to do anything else? I think that's your full action, isn't it? Anything as a bonus?
No.
Okay.
She's good now. She's done what she
All
needed
right.
to.
The captain says, I think they're onto us. With that explosion up there, they would definitely have seen it from miles around. Let's get moving, then. Quickly.
Okay.
He's gonna...
Careful,
Start
there's
to-
things that way.
He knows, but he's gotta try and risk it. Unless, of course, you retreat. He shouts up to the top of the canyon. Are we making a break for it now, or retreating?
Karis, it's like, hold your ground. I'm gonna take those fuckers out. And at this point,
Alright.
he's just that pissed that he's sort of, he's just like, nope. I'm done with
All right then.
messing about. Nope.
He's not gonna charge in then. Irina.
Yeah, I am very much ouching right now, but I'm also really, really annoyed at these guys. So I am going to summon Candlewick the Blade.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go for smart thing to do would be to disengage and run. But
Yeah. Yeah.
Irina, not smart.
no, she's gonna attack the big bitey thing because that annoyed the hell out of her.
Okay.
So yeah, taking 2 swings with Candlewick. So, or do I take 2 swings at the other guy? And if I hit him both times, he explodes.
Sure.
He explodes, he'll do damage to the big thing, so...
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the guy with the scythe then, because I
Alright.
know he's already got a charge on him.
Okay. Go right ahead.
Right, number 1. The 28 to hit.
That is a hit, of course. 100%. You definitely need to fix your damage because should add your
That's
charisma.
not right.
Yeah, it needs to
That
add your
damage isn't
charisma
right.
damage.
Do I have access to be able to do that? I do. I'm going to do that quickly whilst...
Oh, you're doing it? Okay.
Yeah, I'll
Cheers.
just do it quickly whilst things are rolling.
That means I've been rolling the wrong damage for ages, and I don't know. How
No,
long
no,
for.
not for ages. Trust me, I've been noting it only recently.
Okay, that's alright.
It was last session, and I don't think it was any time before that.
Okay.
Alright, so
That
it will be because you rolled a 1 on the dice with +5, so it's 6 damage on this one.
Okay,
but-
and second attack,
that
another 28. Wait.
Yeah, that's another one.
There you
There you
go.
go, it's rolling. Oh no, another one!
So roll 2d6 because he explodes. He takes 10 points of extra fire damage,
Oh god,
and then the other guy needs to make a dex save.
god. All exploding. Oh, that time it seems to be already in a fit of thrashing. Does manage to avoid the damage, not fully though. Takes half
They take 5.
and doesn't take a stack. So it's fumes have been put out at this point. It looks down at his body. It is very severely burned at this point. Damage.
How's the guy with the scythe looking?
The side guy, he took a hit from those, but he's still standing on his own 2 feet.
I'm
These
curious,
guys
does
are
he react to the sword at all when it appears?
Oh yeah, good question.
Because Candlewick seems to know what these things are.
Oh, it
So
does.
I want to know if they know what he is too.
It looks down. This kind of skulled face individual stares at the blade for just a briefest of second after the first swing. Probably what gives you the window to strike again at the second, as he doesn't defend himself. And he's definitely veered back from it, almost looking at his body as the burns kind of wrap up and explodes from him. There is a sense of recognition from this creature.
Okay.
But that recognition is quickly swamped away by a plume of smoke from around it as you detonate the Candlewick bomb.
Yeah. I'm not going to move because obviously I don't want to have him stab me in the back.
Sure.
So I can't really do much except, brace myself.
Brace, right. Okay. In the meantime,
Come and wake you up as well.
Potentially.
off in the distance, see those little scampering pug things. They're on their way. Where the fuck can they move? Yeah, not very. Oh, actually. We get to there. I guess they'll dash. Okay. That's them. Sean, you're up.
Okay. Need to get Carius out.
No,
And did you want to take him
no,
or
I'm awake, so I'm good.
Yeah, that I'm thinking. Are you fit?
Oh yeah, I'm about to go show these people not to mess with me. Go help Irina.
Okay, point in the direction.
Karif points in the direction that he just came from. It's by the big buildingy thing over there. Look for the explosions that just happened. That way.
Okay.
Smoke,
cool,
fire, Irina.
In that case, I will beeline towards Irina.
I mean, they say
Yeah.
where there's smoke, there's fire, but in this case, where there's smoke, there's Irina. Kind of the same thing, I guess.
All right, Kishan, you come around the corner. You definitely see the battle is well underway. Irina is looking heavily injured.
Oh boy. Need some assistance?
She's in the middle of combat.
Sweet. I'll take that as a yes.
Yeah. she's-
Yeah, no, sorry, I was typing. I was literally just like, I literally just got back to my chair and I was like, I forgot to Hexblade's curse the bloody thing with my bonus.
Oh boy.
I constantly forget. I was literally just typing, someone please remind me on my next turn.
Okay.
God damn Hexblade. Well,
Okay.
I'll probably be down by that point, so.
Unless, of course, Kishan pulls off what
Hello.
most DMs fear.
So I'm at...
turns up and I just point and I just go, get it.
Okay, my first slap. Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Can I have a Constitution saving throw, please?
Oh no. The thing is dexterous, but not as fast to avoid your lightning quick punch. Con save, do you say?
Yes, please.
Oh.
And it's stunned.
Oh. Mm.
Now you just
There it
need
is.
to stun the other one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't see him anymore. Did he disappear?
No, he's just smoky.
Okay,
Right
that's fine then. He
Fine.
vanished by the time I got back.
Good enough. Right there.
Okay, so that's
Okay.
my first
Nice.
one. My second one is, of course, going to be advantage. Take that down a notch. Second attack.
Oh.
Another 15 points damage.
Yep, it is defenseless against you now. After its wings have kind of folded, punched, it's now limply getting whacked up against the building.
Bonus action flurry of blows.
Okay. Can you see the other creature just out of curiosity?
Oh, that's a creature?
Yeah,
see that there?
yeah,
Oh, heck.
yeah.
Okay.
In that case, I'll kind of like roll over Irina.
He was
And
smoking for a bit, but yeah, you can
gotcha.
waft it away and you see that there is a rider wielding a scythe.
Okay,
It is
I'll spin
this guy.
round with a... Oh, nice. I shall spin round with a kick to this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Didn't mean to do it to him. It was meant
Yeah,
to be the
cool.
other
That's
person.
still a hit on the other thing, I think.
Okay, con save.
Con save. Oh,
And that's another stun. And I would also like him to roll a dex check.
okay.
Doesn't he automatically
save.
fail those because he's stunned?
Ah, that's a good point. Yeah, so he's prone.
Oh, okay. Knocked him down as well.
And then, fuck it, that one's bigger, so I'm just gonna give my last kick to that. And
Right.
it's also prone.
Okay.
I'll just kind of pat Irina on the back and say, "You got this one from here."
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do my best. You're the
That was-
best. This is why you have a song.
Wow, literally saved on the last slither. These creatures are barreling down on Irina. Kishan appears out of nowhere, blurring speed. Just doosh. Both of them just like fall onto the ground. They're still alive, but yeah, they're free targets at this point. Carius, you're up.
Alright, Karis is using
You are
half his
prone.
movement to stand up. He's going to grab his glaive and then use the other half of his movement to just sort of go over to this edge. And can I still see the big thing? Because that was like marching about down here, right? But I can't actually see it with my vision.
Nope. With the brief flash, you definitely saw it turn, and its lumbering form can be heard, but it's too dark in the canyon to be able to see from here.
Okay, what can I
But
do
you
then?
do, I think, with your vision, you do see the smaller things, right?
I see one of the smaller things, and I
Okay.
see, yeah.
Yeah. In that case, then you definitely see those scampering around, they're coming towards you guys, and it literally just on the periphery you can see a large shadow, very large, coming towards you guys.
Let me just check how one of my spells works, because I can see that thing.
Are we coming?
Okay. I am going to hold my action to chain lightning that guy once he comes within range.
Okay. Meanwhile, down below you, Sean, Arena, you can see these things scampering up their way towards you. They are going to dash.
Cool.
Another one's visible for a potential target for a chain lightning.
Perfect.
That's their dashes. It is Triceratops at the moment, waiting, holding.
Yeah, I mean, unless these guys are going to move forwards, I'm just here.
They were going to, but it seems like there's about to be fire in the hole.
Or is there a way that I'm here? Well, they're technically allies, so I'd be able to move in front of them, I guess. So
You're still squeezing, yeah. You can move a little bit up.
yeah, I'll make sure like I'm in front of them, and I'll be like head lowered, sort of like
Gotcha.
on the offense.
Okay. That moment has come, Carius. You see looming out of the shadow of the canyon this massive creature. It is swarming with these little smaller things all around it. And it's coming right now. It's in range. For sure.
Oh, and
God,
apparently there's 3 wretched in range, so I'm going to target them
Yes.
all.
There are. Oh, there it is. Nice. Oh my god. They all failed their dex save.
The angry succeeded, but
They failed. They just obliterated by the pure damage. Cool. Those are spark and dead. There's small craters in the ground where 3 wretched have just exploded from the lightning damage. As for this creature, I rolled got a 17.
which exactly meets my DC.
Oh,
So it takes half damage.
something terrifying you see is the lightning doesn't seem to slow down at all. You definitely scorched a wound through its flesh, but it just turns. Its expression kind of grows even more angry, and it rushes towards you. Like claws in the air raised towards you. It didn't look like you barely scratched.
I mean, it still did damage, right? Because it's not immune,
you
I'm
did damage.
guessing, and because
No.
obviously I bypassed resistance, it at least took the
Correct.
full. Okay.
What you gather from that, mechanically speaking, is this thing is an absolute mountain of hit
Yes,
points.
it's a very, very tanky.
Yeah, he's just flesh folds over flesh folds, and it just seems as though it doesn't show any sign of slowing down. It is, however, going to dash to get anywhere. So let's see here. Yeah, I guess it climbs up to, it gets to about here and begins clambering up. It's got like one hook on the top, but it's not pulled itself up yet. Okay, that's it.
How, just out of curiosity, how tall is it, just so I can make plans?
Let me see. I'll go about 17 foot tall. It's just shy of the canyon height.
Excellent.
So it's about 3 foot down from the top, because the canyon wall is 20 foot high. Okay. It's done.
Perfect.
The wretched. Okay. They are moving up. They get to about... Yeah. Alright, that's it. Okay, Andy's up.
Well, I mean, how how much can she actually see or hear, you know, in terms of where these creatures are? Because, of course, she's blind.
There is a
So,
dog laying on the ground just short of you. Yeah. What you can see with Andy's token is what you can actually see fully, which is
okay.
two of these wretched creatures coming around the corner, and this large hooked hand just reached up to the top of the canyon wall, and you just have to see one of its heads.
Okay. If that's the case, that's the one she's going to aim for because that looks like a bigger nasty. Uh, She'll probably just go, heads up, Carius! And where's it gone? There we go.
Carius just sort of matrixes on his glaive to let whatever fires over the top.
There we go. And what was it you had to add to that?
21 there.
That's a bit.
27.
27.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
I'm just imagining because Carius sort of guesses what's going to happen and knows how this spell works. He just sort of spreads his arms like he's conducting the thing as it goes past.
Is conducting these shooting stars flying by him.
Each one plays a little song as it hits.
Yep.
And they pick up a little bit of momentum as they head towards you. As they fly past, it would have been a tricky shot to hit, but with it just being peering over the canyon wall, but all the arcing missiles shoot directly down and don't miss their mark. Yeah, it's peppered, but it doesn't seem to be slowing down still. Thing is chunky. All right, let's go down to Captain, who sees this thing now definitely emerge. He's kind of behind the Triceratops though. He's gonna slap the Triceratops on the rump.
I know what to do next. Don't worry.
Yep. Okay, Irina.
Right,
You have free reign on them. They're still stunned until the end of Carius' turn. And they're prone, so you have advantage. Double them.
yeah. So can I like which one does Candlewick want to hurt the most?
It looks at the injured winged creature and sees an opportunity to snuff it out.
Wait. So I'll take my first swing.
Hexblade's Curse, in case you want to use it.
Well, I mean, they're basically down now anyway, so
Sure.
if I use it now, it's a waste of it because I can't use
Right.
it again until a long rest.
Don't you?
Alright.
Isn't that the one where if you kill something, then you can transfer it?
That's
I
normal.
do
Hex.
get hit points back from it if I kill it. That's true.
That's normal Hex. You're thinking of the one that transfers.
Oh, I thought Hexblade's Curse did as well.
No, Hexblade's Curse doesn't transfer to a different creature.
I'm thinking Hunter's Mark.
Yeah. But I do get health back.
A little bit.
Nah, it's fine. I'm just gonna take my first swing. Yeah. 27?
Yep.
Cool.
You have advantage, so just swing
Oh, yeah.
again to see if you crit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my second attack.
9 damage. There's the
That's a
crit. Nice. Cool.
It does spread, but it only spreads when you're level 14. The Hexblade's Curse, then you can spread it.
Right. Which,
That's what I was
funny enough,
thinking of it.
Ooh. You're nearly level 14, aren't you?
Yeah.
At the point in which your blade strikes the creature on the ground, because it's on the ground, the flames kind of like hit it and spread out momentarily around. And perhaps you do get that little inspiration. Man, if only I could spread the fire even more than what I already do. But just not quite there yet. Candlewick is still
It's a shame that thing made its earlier deck save because that would have been the third trigger as well.
It would have. But it
Uh,
looks really bad at this point. Probably slice off that one of its wings with that crit, and now it's on the ground, just sort of like rolling from side to side. Yeah. Anything else? think, yeah.
Well, I'm out of spell slots at this point.
Okay.
So, that's pretty much me, unless I can kick it in the face, but...
That is it. All right, then. No worries. Some of those wretched are just creatures in the ground. So let's skip over those and go straight to Kashan.
Sweet. Let's kick more booty hole.
Oh,
So let's
do
go
that.
for this top one. First smoke.
That finally finishes it off. How do you finish this guy?
So I'm just gonna spin its jaw. So I'm gonna spin my bow staff around and literally just golf swing its jaw straight off.
It was just recovering from its stun. Leans forward to meet the staff in the face.
And then,
And
keeping in with the spin, I bring it round on the rider.
okay.
And thwack.
Oh, yeah. Another cracked bone. Other sound. Still alive.
Not for long. Flurry of blows. Full whack. I was with advantage as well.
You got a
Wow,
2 and a
okay.
1.
Yeah. And thwack. That would do.
Cool. Whack and crack. This thing is rough. It's like piles of bones on the ground. Tries to get up, and maybe one of its ribs just falls away underneath the strange frayed cloth that it has. Almost kind of similar to what your own cloak is, but more like roughed up. Maybe seen more of the ravages of time than yours. All right. This creature is no longer stunned, right?
With that last kick, it fails its strength saving throw and gets launched back 10
God,
feet.
Lord. 15 feet, I think it is.
Oh, 15.
And it crashes right into one of the wretched. You don't do damage. Do you do extra damage on that?
No.
No, it's just a pushback.
Okay. Well, it definitely
Um,
gets slammed into the jaws of this thing. Like,
And I am going to move back 25 feet, taking Irina by the hand with me.
okay, using some of
And
your movement.
running off into the sunset.
Right, which brings it to my turn.
Just, it would, except someone else is on the turn order here. There was
Oh.
another guy hidden.
Ah, there's 2 of
And
them.
on the high perch, on the far side of the canyon, there is a creature that seems to have been climbing up, looking around, sees what's going on. Doesn't have a mount with him at first, but he leaps off of the far canyon wall. As he falls down, you suddenly see a swing of his scythe and immediately lands on top of this blown wing mount. And they are literally able to summon them at a click of a finger.
I
But
want one, but they're also jerks, so no.
they are, yeah.
Give me the owlbear. Take them down.
Where is he? Can't drag any more on. I'm going to need to reload in a second. However, because he just brought it into the existence, that's not much. It's not much he can do other than that.
Whereabouts is it meant to be, sorry?
It's far down to here, like at the top of this.
Oh, over there.
Yeah, I'm just going to move on. So he
Hmm.
kind of leapt off of the cliff. He was like really high up as well, probably about 30 feet up. Now he's kind of swooped down. That's going to be his go, though, I think. He can hold an action, actually. He's got a bonus. He only has to do a bonus action to summon that. So he'll hold an action for when he gets closer. And that action will be... Feels like he isn't going to swing with his scythe. He has it like cocked on his shoulder. But he seems to be concentrating some sort of shadowy spell. at the top of his skull. Okay.
All right.
Wretched. Where are we?
Oh.
Oh yeah, Karis. There you are.
Yep. So Carius is going to look at this creature, this big angry boy, sort of look at the Triceratops and just sort of smile slightly as he attempts to he's going to spend 3 sorcery points to heighten a spell.
Oh boy.
And let's heighten. Oh, actually, wait, just a second. Ah, you're 5 feet too far away for everything I want, Gloomvale Rider thing. So I'll do this at 5th. I'm going to hold monster.
Okay. Old monster.
Yep.
Disadvantage on the save, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, it fails. 14.
Perfect. And then
What's your DC? 15.
17.
Okay.
And then for my next trick,
Paralyze.
paralyze means they failed dex saves, right?
Yeah.
It just dex saves they fail automatically?
And strength.
Okay, and strength.
And any attack within 5 feet of it is considered a crit.
That was my action to do that. But I could do that. It's obviously it gets to make the save again at the end of its turn. So, Karis is then going to fly over to this thing, spend another 2 sorcery points, and we will quicken a
Unloading on him.
shocking grasp. Which is an attack, so it's an automatic crit, no?
That is, if it hits, it's a crit.
So that hit. So let me roll another 3d8 min 2.
Yeah. Yeah, you guess you can do that. 11?
Yep, so that's 28
Nice.
damage from that.
Ooh. Alright. You see sparks skirting over its body, finding a hard time actually penetrating deeper into its maybe vital organs if it has them. And again, it's still showing not much signs of slowing down. I will say that its flesh is kind of scorched a little bit from the lining, but other than that,
And then Karis will sort of back over here.
okay.
So if it does break free somehow and get some weird extra attack. And then he's just going to point to the Triceratops and just point at it and be like, charge!
All right.
What are these things?
Yep, they finally made their way up from the canyon around the sides here, up these steps, and they finally dash towards one towards Andy and then one towards Irina. So they have to use their full movement together. They're literally just about to bite into your ankles, and it is Llewellyn's go.
So
Oh no!
Triceratops was starting to rear backwards and then suddenly got slapped on the ass.
Yeah.
So at 20 feet, rushes forwards
Oh no!
and
Charge, cool.
go.
Your roll
Yeah.
With
advantage.
advantage.
This is a hit.
Trampling charge. What's the advantage again?
Shift click. But that
God.
hits, and that's a crit.
That's
So
roll
roll-
another 48.
Slash, 48 plus.
You might even be able to click damage.
Not the plus 6, just the
Okay.
48. Ooh, so that's 39 more damage.
Okay.
And if it's still up,
No, because it would
fails-
knock.
it
Would knock
fails
down.
its-
Right?
yeah, it fails its strength saving throw and it goes
Automatically.
from
Can make
Yeah,
stomp
will it
attack
fail
on it.
automatically?
And because I managed to get the trampling charge off, I also get to do a stomp attack.
Yes, go ahead.
With
With advantage
advantage.
again.
What was it? Control?
Shift.
Which is also another crit.
Yep.
So another
Might be able to
3d
click
there.
damage fast in the chat on where you rolled. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Just minus the 6, so 11 extra.
So another
Yeah.
34 damage in total overall.
Okay. You know how I said it wasn't slowing down? All right. It looks pretty injured now. The gore literally slams with full force of a charging Triceratops. That's exactly what it is. And you break its leg. Like one of its legs just cracks in a way it shouldn't. With that, falling to the ground, it looks up. One of its angry faces is just stomped and splattered.
Yeah.
Looking
And-
bloody.
With it being still held, the Triceratops then uses the rest of its movement to move back again
Okay.
and gets ready.
Yep.
To do it all again.
Yep.
Lovely. All right. Well, it is its turn. Gonna roll a wisdom save with a disadvantage. No, actually, it's just flat now, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't heighten it. Ha! You fail.
Not very wise, but it is very angry.
The,
If the
that
creature deals damage to it, then something happens if it wasn't paralyzed. Cool. Continue. Yeah, we're stuck. We're screwed. This thing is just now basically a giant punching bag. Dangers aren't over yet, however.
Yeah.
This little wretched thing that got kicked in the face by Night Vale Spectre does have enough movement to get around behind you, Kishan, for a flanking nibble.
Bring it. Disadvantage.
Oh, that's all right because of
Cloak.
cloak. All right, see if I can hit again. 20.
That does it.
All right, you take. It was 18 points, wasn't it?
18
Take an
points,
extra
yeah.
4. Take an extra 4 there. All right. It just grabs onto your ankles and it's not letting loose. As much as you try to kick away, it's still attached. Okay, that's it. Let's go. All right, Andy. You've got one of these next to you.
Yes, I have a little ankle biter.
Oh.
Hi.
I'm just trying to figure out what she will do.
It would help if I had Andy's sheet up instead of Irina's.
Well, I've got her sheet right here, haven't I?
Just reminds me of when you put the hair clip in your mouth.
Yeah, it's like that, yeah.
Bum. I'm just reading and I haven't got my glasses on. Okay, let's do this one because she's not done it for a while. Oh, I can do it. There we go. He's going to cast
What's
Dissonant
this?
Whispers on it.
Oh, okay. A wisdom save on it.
It's a walking butt with a face. How
Well-
wise can it be?
Very, if I roll a nat 20.
Oh, damn!
And he rolls a nat 20.
But it
Just like
still
that.
takes half the damage,
Oh god, it does, doesn't it?
which is 9.
The 9 damage? Oh my god, it's so...
It's up on 1.
It is, yeah. You know these things. I have like 10.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
Uh,
as you try to conjure
oh,
this
I haven't got a bonus
psychic
action
assault on him,
spell.
I mean, Can you? You can't do an offhand unless you attack with a weapon, can you?
Yes, that's right. You need a 1 and then a 2.
Yeah.
But well, yeah, you have to make a melee attack, or
Never mind.
rather one weapon attack.
I mean, you could.
Okay.
You can just...
Well,
Yeah,
still
bonus
barely
action
alive.
disengage.
Nearly took it out. So close. If it wasn't for something perhaps pulling you back, you realize your spell didn't have full effect. You see,
He's
there's
not used
two.
it for a while, so.
There may be that part, but it's also effectively. You can see there are two shadowy hands, your hands, ripped around your wrists, holding you back, and you can see your shadow is like lurched up and is trying to pull you back away from the creature.
I like
Trying
the
to-
idea that your bonus action to disengage is literally just to kick it.
Yeah.
It literally makes that noise.
She
Okay,
just
you
gives
can-
her shadow the middle finger, you know.
Mm. All right.
Yeah, she will move away for a little bit from it.
Okay, which
Which way
direction do you want to go? Because you're right at the canyon cliff edge there. You could go left, I guess.
Yeah, she'll kind of
All
go
right.
this way. So.
You kick it away just enough. Only your kick did 1 hit point of damage. Oh, you know what? This guy's had a hard time
Yeah.
not being able to do anything. He's gonna climb up real quick. We can't do nothing. He is actually gonna get up to the top with his movement, and as he gets to the top, he'll do a control flame on this thing that's like wriggling around. Control flame is a
It's an attack roll, I think.
Yeah.
D8.
Right.
D6.
that will hit with his bonuses. So you see he's like reaches up and just sets a fire to the ground around it, and it just burns up. Still kind of reeling from this psychic attack. Doesn't make much effort to move out of the way, and does end up burning. All right. Okay, there we go. They're not completely used. All right. Irina, you're up. What happened to the? Oh yeah, you were stunned, wasn't
Take the squish.
Did I miss the go on? I think I did. I feel like I missed the go on this guy.
On which guy?
The guy got kicked away.
No, his turn was after mine. I remember
I
that.
was.
Because when we initially rolled initiative, I was like, yeah, I beat that one. So I know his
Yeah,
initiative
yeah.
was the least after mine. For some
You're
reason,
right,
he's.
and
I want to say it was like
I
a
moved him off.
5.
Yeah, he was around just after you. I forgot his turn order, probably because his turn got deleted from the order.
Yeah.
Don't know why. I'm gonna quickly just take it right now. He
Yeah,
would have gone.
missed his turn last round.
Yeah, he did. All right. So he's gonna quickly run up now. This will.
Wait, did he? No, because he would have missed his turn last round because he was stunned, right? Because it's only been...
Correct.
So... And it's not been another turn yet. Because Sean stunned it on one turn, killed that one on the second, and then moved away. So that one would be up when it comes round to its turn, but it was stunned.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. I'll take a word for it. Okay, Irina.
Pretty sure, anyway.
Okay. Okay, I've got angry bitey thing by my leg.
Yeah.
And what's this guy on the opposite side doing? Our floaty friend who's called his thing.
Oh.
Shadowy.
Well, that will determine when the gloom wing goes, and it's very slow.
Okay. So it's
You can
just
see
sitting
it's
there
probably
right now.
flapping its wings, trying to get altitude.
I can't do anything until I get rid of this thing by my leg. All right. You know what? I'm wondering if I just risk it and do an Eldritch Blast to its face. I know it's a disadvantage because it's in range, but it means I get 2 more shots at something else if it hits. So, I'm gonna risk it.
Go ahead.
I'm
Pop,
literally
pop.
gonna point my hand down at it and literally just let it off. I have to roll it twice again because my keyboard doesn't work the way it should.
Have we not got control on that?
I don't know if it'll work.
Probably.
I
We
can
just
try
don't know
it.
which one it is.
Let me try it. Hold on. Maybe because I know advantage doesn't work. Maybe
Is
I
it a
can
new
draw.
keyboard?
it is a Mac computer using a Windows keyboard.
No, we've discussed this before.
I know we have.
Alright, just try it. If it doesn't work, it's fine. We'll move on. Roll with disadvantage control.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Okay then. Alright, just roll 2 attacks. So 14. 14 is a miss. I'm afraid.
All right. So I've still got a second one. The waste.
That one's definitely a hit.
Okay, that one hits.
Alright. Last hit point blank, its top jaw gets like a hole straight through it, but it's still like wriggling around and trying to grab at you. Probably gonna need that third one after all.
It's annoying because my extra thing that happens pulls towards me, not pushes away, which is really irritating in this instance.
Normally that's a good thing, but on 1 HP, yeah, a bit risky. Alright, you still got one more.
I'm gonna have to take my third one to try and hit it again because it's still moving. I can't have it bite me because I'm not having a walking butt take me down. It's not.
Alright. Candlewick would never let
That's
you
a
live it down.
19 to hit.
That will blast it.
Okay.
Boom.
Such a waste.
Well, you say you don't knock things away, but this last shot lets it roll backwards, and the butt rolls down the hill. He's dead.
Such a waste.
Of
You
butt?
did good though.
No, of Eldritch Blasts, man. I could have shot the other thing 2 more
Yeah,
times if I
essentially.
hadn't missed.
Is your increased range, is that from the Invocation Eldritch Spear, or is that because you've taken Spell Sniper as a feat?
No, it's Eldritch Spear, but I changed the name of it
Yeah,
because of Irina's eyesight.
yeah, I'm just gonna update that
Do you want to move?
thing.
I would. Yeah, I would like to move away from the fighting.
Okay.
I would like to run.
Right, Sean as well.
Can we see what's in this building, or is it literally just kind of like?
Yeah, from the front you could, if you went around to the steps.
Okay, I can go. I can get to about there.
Okay, so you can just sort of see from an angle. There is no doorway. Sorry, there is a doorway, but I meant there's no door. In that, it looks like there's splintered bits of wood, hinges that have long rusted, and you can see a darkish interior. Dust and like bits of rubble seem to be inside, but
This
that's just a
doesn't.
glance.
This isn't where he wants to go, right?
Doesn't
as
look
they
like
head
there's a
towards it.
triage in here.
No, I mean Candlewick. If I head towards
Oh.
this area, does he heat up at all, or is he just kind
No,
of like, no, this is
Doesn't
okay,
seem to
this
heat
is
up,
nothing.
no.
He wanted to go south, so I was just curious. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
Okay. Good job.
Golf swing.
Bada bada.
Hey, bada bada. Hey, bada bada. Swing. 27.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I hit.
Oh yeah. Did you do more than 10? Oh no, not quite.
No.
Looks like it's gonna need one more little punt.
Ploink.
There you go.
I
You like-
literally golf swing it.
Nice. There's a few jagged teeth still left in your leg. The rest of the body gets shot straight over the canyon into the desert below.
4.
All right, then. Any movement?
Yes, I'm going to follow Irina as she is
Okay.
Human Torch.
Gotcha.
That'll be my turn.
Alrighty. Change things up a bit. And then last turn. You know why I got confused? Yeah, I think I know why I got. Because there's two now fire specters. Alright, this thing, the one that summoned the gloom wing is gonna move now. Good. Gonna fly it over. Should have done this at the bottom of the round last turn, but fine. Can just say it held its movement. So it flew straight over towards you guys. Let's see. Up in the air as well. Some 20 feet to do that. Oh. Oh yes, and it was holding its action as well. Okay. It needs to drop that concentration spell. I'm gonna have Carius make another wisdom save.
I would rather you didn't, but
Afraid you don't get a choice.
yeah.
Ooh. Okay. Same thing once again. A mind reeling sensation just thrums through the back of your head. You are stunned and take 18 points of psychic damage.
I'm still up.
You are, but your spell wavers, releasing this creature from your
Can you
grip.
not maintain concentration on the stun?
While stunned, I don't think so.
I'm not actually sure.
I don't think you can. Stunned is a pretty debilitating effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're incapacitated. There's
Yeah.
a drop.
Ah,
Okay.
it's a shame.
Succeeded in doing what it needed to. Carius, afraid you're stunned. I need you to roll another whiz. Is that?
I think it
That is a
just.
pass. Sorry, that's a con. Should have been your wisdom.
No, that was it automatically rolled the concentration because I didn't click it.
I see. Yes. All right. Let me end that for you.
Yep.
There you go. All right. Well, wisdom is not as successful. You remain stunned. Okay. The last Night Vale Spectre, the one that was stunned but no longer is, rushes around here. Let's see. Its mount is now dead. Didn't get to there. I need to see if it recharges. I've been the king of recharge recently. Oh my god! I'm so...
Okay, we're taking away creatures with rechargeable attacks from your repertoire.
Why? I'm so good at them.
Exactly.
Okay. That is rough. I can do it again. I can just straight up do it again. Carius is already stunned though. As it comes around the corner, just turns its head enough to see you two as well. I'd like Irina and Kashan to make me wisdom saves instead. Kashan succeeds. Just barely.
You gotta be kidding me. I was like one off like the first time they hit me with this.
Unfortunately, Irina, you go down from the mind twisting ability of this creature. Seems like it's snuffing out, trying to at least snuffing out Candlewick. As you do, you feel that sensation of all those flickering candles on your fingers kind of snuff out one by one until eventually your own candle is sort of snuffed, falling unconscious. Kashan, however, you take
Candlewick
no
and I had a
damage.
deal. If I died, he gets my body.
True,
The
well, you're
revenge
not
of
dead yet,
Candlewick.
just unconscious. It feels like you've just been kind of like hit with a soul hijacking pulse. But Kashan, you felt this effect go through you, and it washes all the way through you, and you hold on to your mind doesn't seem to get pushed out with that pulse. You have not suffered any ill effects or damage. You are one with your mind and body. Okay, that's it to go. The wretched. Is there anything left of them? I don't even see any.
No, I think we finished them off.
Oh, they're dead. Yeah, the villain.
Crush it while it's prone. You still have advantage at least.
Yeah, at the very least. Yeah.
Bam. And let's see. Inventory. Go shift.
Ooh. Yep. More damage is piled on, goring it even whilst it's on the ground. Brutal.
But it's not stunned anymore, so it's not a crit.
No.
No.
Okay. And then because I managed to keep it prone and do the trampling charge, I also get to stomp.
You do get to stomp, yeah.
And
The
Misses.
scene, however, finally it's defending itself, no longer stunned with the effect. It brings up one of its hook hands and pulls the hoof away before it slams into its second head. The other one's just a mush, like a stain on its shoulder at this point. Okay.
One sec. Just let me roll something quick.
What? Your intelligence?
Yeah, I want to roll mine. Let's roll it normally. No, it's gonna go and try and do it again, so it's gonna back up its speed again,
Okay.
which means if it's gonna do an opportunity attack from there.
Okay. It is the Lone Wings go. At this point, the other Spectre is going to dismount, and it looks like he's walking towards Carius, reaching out with a single bony extended finger. Doesn't look like he's attempting to swipe at you, but rather something else entirely. As for the Glowing Wing, it is going to swoop down, seize the might of this Triceratops, and is instead going to do something nasty. It targets one of the... In fact, the captain is at the top of the cliff. It's going to swoop towards him. Makes one attack. The bite. Oof. And then the claw. The captain takes the brunt of the attacks. He's actually one of the least injured of the men. But with that damage there, he is bit into his shoulder and then swiped with a claw, and he falls down at the edge of the canyon wall, unconscious, or rather, looking very bloodied. It is the Angry's go. Ah, finally, I get to go with this thing. It rears up, trying to see where you just went. It abandons its idea of climbing up, and it's just going to charge headlong in towards the Triceratops.
Come at me, bitch. Oh.
Okay. It swipes with such fury that you'd think it's like a raging barbarian.
Uh-oh.
Wow. Just barely hits, I think. It's your con save 12, but just barely keeps concentration. And a second hook. The other one.
Ooh.
Straight straight
Yeah,
across
you're
your
gonna
throat. Oh, natural one. I'm afraid, Llewellyn, you are reverted back to your humanoid form.
I mean, that's fine. That's
And I
fine.
might also crash the game while I do it.
In time.
I think I just tried to revert you back and then crashed.
At least,
So-
at least I took all the damage.
It gets advantage, by the way, because you hit it, and it is now very angry with you. You can tell its one face it's full of menace, and it's just tearing apart you. That second attack sliced across your throat, and as you pull back, you feel around. There's no blood, but you still like a phantom pain of something like rending open your whole throat there. But you actually are completely unharmed. You pop and are just looking up at this thing 15 foot high. That's gonna end its go.
Yeah, me
Okay.
again. Oh, the people on my back.
They would probably collapse around you,
Yeah,
dropping to the sides.
but they were tied to me, so they're probably tied to me.
Yeah, but the ropes were tied around the Triceratops, so they probably
Yes,
just
true.
fall.
Oh
That's
god.
true.
The ropes
All
don't
right, well.
adjust.
They uncomfortably slop off of their stretchers onto the ground. They don't look like they would appreciate that. Okay, Andy's up.
Sorry, my dudes.
Yeah, she's just gonna make her way over to Irina and. No, I keep dropping my pencil on the floor. And
No.
and do as she did before. I think she can get to about there. Let's get you up. Let's go.
Anyone who can really do it in this moment.
Give you that one.
Wow, it's a lot of healing though.
I was saying
You're-
to Steph earlier, Andy should have probably taken Druid rather than Rogue at this point.
Well, you're upcasting those to 3rd level, aren't you? Yeah, okay. So a decent amount of healing is in pumped straight back into Irina. You're shot open to consciousness. For a brief moment, you're looking at yourself on the ground, but then your mind pulls back into your body and just a bit of vertigo is left.
I do sort of like an army roll from my back to my front, so I can see where these things are.
Okay. One is like peering around the corner, still with its scythe in its hand. And it's the one that's definitely just done this effect to you. The other one is striding towards Carius with a bony finger extended. No idea what they intend to do. But it is your go right now.
Okay. The one who's heading towards Carius with pointy finger. I don't like that. That is not happening. So he's getting Eldritch Blast to the face
Okay.
from where I am on the floor. So I instantly just roll over and just.
Pew pew. Alright.
So it's alt to target. Or
Yeah. That
Wait.
works.
oh, that one works, yeah. So number one.
Oh, that's a hit. Strikes to the side of it.
Is that damage right?
It was just rolled a 3. You don't have agonizing blast, do you?
No.
No, then that's correct.
Number two.
Sparks, then fumes. Needs one more hit.
That damage.
Oh
Hey,
wow!
that's
And a
better.
hit. You make it. Could you crit on this last one? Roll an extra 2d6 or roll 4d6 for this.
Yeah, I was gonna say when I crit, I'm sure it doubles that as well. I think it says it in the thingy that you wrote. Hold on, let me check it.
Probably why I'm saying it now. But yeah, go for it. Just roll that 4d6. Nice, 13. And once again, the guy trying to come around the corner is also going to get hit.
That
very
guy's not
dangerous.
having a good day with the explosions, though.
No, he's not. Okay, he does save, but takes another 7. Flames lick up him, but he seems to shroud. His shroud seems to like take away the brunt. Okay, that is
That
a good turn. It's
Um,
definitely turned towards you and away from Carius.
I am going to use. I'm not going to get up off the floor, but I am going to sort of crawl to a different position. So is that technically half my movement if I'm still on
It
the
is,
ground?
yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna literally just tuck myself behind here so I've got a little bit of cover to duck behind.
Okay.
Because I don't know what's in this building. So I don't want to go in there.
All right.
But I'm gonna use it as almost like so I can almost literally be like a sniper, come around the corner and fire off shots.
Ish. Okay, Kashan.
Okay, so we're ordering Chinese at the moment.
Sorry, guys.
Cool.
Hi.
Edgar.
Oh, they can't see
That's
me.
right. There we go.
Bon fucking jour.
That's me. If you wanna give me like 5 minutes of
Take like
have
a
you?
5-minute break then.
Yeah, 5 minute
Well,
break.
I'm
would
gonna
be
go to
awesome.
bed in 10
10 to
minutes.
To be
Sorry,
honest, do we
guys.
want to just end it there?
And ladies, sorry. Or
Right,
lady,
good.
just one lady.
Yeah.
Technically, guys is kind
Oh,
of
both.
gender neutral
Sorry.
at this point.
If we take a 5-minute or 10-minute break, we might as well just end it because looking at the time.
Yeah.
I'll be going to bed then, so.
Exactly.
I was gonna say I didn't realize what the time was.
Is it possible you could just take your turn quick and then we can wrap up after?
Me?
No.
No,
it's all
Kashana.
good.
Yeah.
He's
Let's roll
kind
some
of
attack.
distracted right now.
Alright, we're good. Okay.
Just stun
Because
the.
we've only got
cool.
10 minutes left anyway.
So that's all fine. So in that case, if Irina is all good to go,
I'm literally
Then-
pointing at the one who's pointing at Carius, going, "Stop him!"
yeah, gotcha. This one, I'm assuming.
No,
Yep.
it's the topmost one.
The other one, the one
Oh,
that's
I
pointing
mean,
at Carius.
This one's really injured. This one's running. Was going towards carrier.
Which one's pointing to Carius?
This one. Right here, sorry.
Okay, gotcha. So in that case, I will sprint over and
Okay.
so first attack. That
Connect.
I'm assuming that hit. Cool, no worries. Yeah, I'll sort that.
Sorry.
No worries. Constitution saving throw.
Passes.
Beautiful. Second attack.
Oh, wins him.
Constitution saving throw.
God, see if he gets it again. 12 fails.
That's a fail.
He's doubled over. Like, got one hand on. You could get his hand extended out. No, but when you slammed him, he's like supporting himself on your shoulder
Gotcha. Trip him up.
into like a clutch.
So he drops to the floor, and last one, punch to the throat.
Oh, God. Damn, they are getting roughed up. Stunned is not a great time for him. Okay, you can only speak falteringly.
Does him being stunned break the effect on me?
It does not, no.
Damn.
It's not a spell. Okay. Yeah, I'm afraid that is still an effect.
At least
Right.
he can't do anything. But
Now you can do your food, and we can continue and then wrap up in a bit.
I'll just
So,
try my
one-
wisdom save, I guess, because...
Yep. Do I recharge again? No, okay. We're good. Was wisdom save from Carius?
Yeah. It's got to be a pass,
Okay.
right?
That is a pass, yes. You finally come out of it.
Is that...
Just in time to see this creature walking towards you and then punched in the in the face.
Is
Winded
that,
and then knocked to the
is
ground.
that at the beginning or the end of my turn?
Yeah, to the end, I
Damn.
think. Yeah, it is at the end.
Damn.
Okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
man. It's your turn.
Yep.
Okay. The one that is just before you as well is up. He looks around. Looks towards the group, the party. Turns to the other guy's Gloomwing. Should really learn to stay dead in a place like this. Cannot protect them. Their souls are ripe for the plucking. He rushes forward. Is going to jump up on top of the Gloomwing. Let's see.
Rena just holds off both hands and just flips him off.
He's going to mount it. And as soon as he's now mounted, the Gloomwing flaps up, and just as Kashan or Carius are trying to reach up to hit it, you see that the gust of fetid wind that pushes you back slightly makes you unable to make attacks of opportunity, as it literally has flyby. And as it lifts up into the air, stealing the guy's gloom wing. This is literally like GTA, but for dark, shadowy mounts. He swoops into the air and is actually going to retreat another 80. Let me see here. 60? So he goes 120. Damn. Okay. Goes all the way down south of Velen. Jamie? Oh, yeah.
So I am going to. I need it to move away and get away from me. So I'm going to attempt to charm monster on it.
Charm monster.
Yeah.
Certainly try. Go ahead.
That didn't do it even
Oh,
though.
wisdom save?
And it will have advantage.
Does. 16.
Fail.
Fails. Damn. Dang it. Okay, so what happens now? Treats you as an ally.
Treats. Well, it treats all of us as an ally unless one of us attacks it.
Okay. Damn.
We are its party now. It is our party.
So what do you say to this thing as you charm it?
I don't even think it understands my language. So I guess boogity boogity boo.
It looks down at you.
I give it a thumbs up.
It doesn't have thumbs, but it just says, boogity boogity boo to you too. And it does speak common.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, it does speak common.
I'm like, sup, pal? I bet you.
Well,
I bet you join us.
join.
Yeah.
Yes. Join as one.
Yeah.
Flesh. Become one.
No. Yeah. Your flesh and their flesh, and I point at the Gloomstalkers and the whatever they're called. Join. Yes. Become one. Good.
Seems confused. You see that one of its heads, where it was literally fused to its side, is like splattered. Need new head. And it starts like moving its way towards the other thing.
That is
Okay.
stunned.
Oh yeah, it
And
is stunned,
prone.
right? Oh, the other thing you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? So it uses movement to climb up. The gloomwing has flown on its turn, 120 feet. New head.
Okay.
Brings down a hook and crits it because it's wait, not stunned. Only if
No,
it's
it's-
paralyzed. Rather, it still hits anyway, regardless. Let's roll again to see if we do crit. No, okay. Alright, so the second hook comes down. And why did it do so little damage? I rolled 2 ones on d12s. That's wow. It looks like this thing is just maybe holding back. Maybe it does know that this thing is still an ally. It's got a hook like under its chin. It's about to be ripped off. And I think Andy, you might be able to do the last turn. This thing is on the ground, very, very injured.
The thing that just spoke, yeah.
It is the last thing left.
this stunned creature.
That wasn't the one that spoke, but the one that spoke is now swooped off. But anyway, what do you want to do?
I will have to go after this bit, but
Yeah,
let's
that's
see.
fine.
Let's see. You know what? Let's just go for the. Eh. She shouts at Kashan to duck. She does this. Boom.
He will do so.
Oh,
29.
oh my god.
29 damage.
29 damage. How do you finish this thing off, Andy? You get a killing blow.
I mean, it just gets a shooting star to the face. So,
Okay.
Right in the mouth.
yeah.
In the mouth. Oh man. That's where the big golem was, or the big flesh thing was trying to pull. So as it yanks off the head, you just gets disintegrated by a dozen magic missiles. Oh. New head, bro. You give new one? Like looks confused, sort of lumbering towards you, but you can see it's not as angry as it was before. But that will end combat right there. And
You
it
said
looks
you
as
said
though
the other one was 120 feet, right?
it is, yeah. I know what's gonna happen. You guys are gonna try and snipe it again as it gets away.
I wasn't even gonna snipe it. I was gonna chase after and chain lightning it because it's in range still. I can get that.
I personally, I want to get over to the Ganassi captain and check him
Yeah.
and his state of being.
Okay. You get up to your feet. You rush over to him. He is gravely injured. You can see where the bite tore open his shoulder and jugular. The claw struck up against his chest, tearing a hole through his chest.
Night, guys.
No.
No.
Good night.
Um,
Irina, you look down at him. He is just head to a back on the rock. After killing that, there's right next to him one of those dead, burnt, wretched things.
Yeah. I don't know what I can do to help. Like considering, I think these things are already kind of dead. But obviously, the belief that Irina has in her brain that makes logical sense is that this is kind of like limbo. So if the souls die here, that's it. They don't go to the good place or whatever that is they believe. So I kind of have to make his soul. I'm sorry, am I boring you?
No, he's like tilting his head back.
I'm talking and you're just like, ugh.
He's dead! For God's
Um,
sake. He's like leaning back, like leaning. You actually see he coughs up grey blood.
all I can think to do is really like I can't. Will a medicine check work on him to stabilize him? I don't.
Go ahead, roll a
Worthless.
medicine check.
Like if I put like obviously Candlewick's like, got the finger thing going on like with the heat in the fingers. If I kind of put my fingers to almost like hold the wound shut, almost like cauterize the wound.
Roll a medicine check. It's not a success. You go towards him, about to like trying to apply pressure to the wound. He suddenly grabs you by like your neck and the scruff of your uniform rather, and pulls you close and says, I need you to promise me. Just get my men safely across this damned canyon. At least then, I know my life would have not been for nothing. This was my last order.
I kind of give him a little bit of a shake, but just be like, get a hold of yourself. You made it this far.
His eyes kind of roll back into his head momentarily.
I'm literally just like looking at the group. Help!
He says, if we are truly dead, then none of this matters for me. But lead their souls. Lead their souls to somewhere better.
You don't get to know.
Lead them to light. And he falls back. you feel the cold sensation around your index finger go out. And you look down to see the other 6 who are still down there. Their lights are still burning. They still need to be led. And
Optional
that's
objective failed. Save all 7.
there is a
This is why I hate escort missions. Damn it.
there is a dull, somber heat left in your belly from this.
Okay.
Candlewick's smoke rises over to the body and just closes his eyes. And well, Kishan, Carius, if you guys want to, you can sprint after this thing. It is in the air,
Yep.
120 feet away.
Well,
But
Carius
we might
does.
wrap up.
Carius doesn't even have to. He just raises a finger. Chain lightning, 150-foot range.
Can you see it though from there? I don't think you
Oh,
can.
that's true. Vision.
It
Still
has
have the
gone into the
spyglass.
shadows.
I have the spyglass. Can I see it through the spyglass? No, actually, you know what? Screw that. Carius isn't going to play this smart. He's done with being smart. He's going to fly 50 feet. Can he see it
Alright.
now? Yep.
If you can see it, then you can see it. So
Right.
yes.
And I don't like the way the rider spoke to me, so you know what? Chain lightning.
Oh god.
7th level. Destructive wrath. For some reason, that
Yeah.
wants me to. Oh, I'm targeting that thing still.
Yeah, the rider and the gloom wing.
Yeah.
You can hit both.
Yeah.
Okay.
For some reason, that also hit the angry. That wasn't my intent, but
Okay,
it
no,
wasn't
he's
meant.
fine.
It wouldn't hit him because he's had a range. But essentially, yeah, both of those need to make dex saves, or they're taking 80 lightning damage.
Wow. I did pass the deck save. Somehow it sees this lightning streak coming. Light is so much more visible in the dark here. It blooms, and he swings his mount out of the way just in time that it kind of grazes across his shoulder and arm. So he does save. What does he take instead? 24.
40.
Yeah?
40 because I destructive wrath it, so it would be 80. But
Half.
40.
Right.
And what
Let me
about the
look at his
mount?
armor.
Hmm.
Okay, because it rolled it. Let me just do this. Oh my god. 40, yeah?
Yep.
Mm. 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 It seems as though that scythe acts as almost a lightning rod, and as best as he does to dodge out of the way, it suddenly surges around, hitting both the Gloamwing and him, and then surges back up towards the scythe, runs along the shaft of it into his arm, and blows him apart into pieces. Yeah, even with saving, he does take enough damage to mortally finish him off. He is falling as a pile of bones and a ragged piece of cloth towards the ground. The Gloamwing, however, flaps momentarily, kind of goes out of sync with one of its wings, and then suddenly poofs into shadow.
The Carius way.
Not from damage, but it seems as though like it flaps for a moment, realizing its rider is seemingly just gone.
Yeah.
If you kill the rider, this thing seemingly just unsummons.
I have a question, actually, then, if that's the case. Oh, it's
Yeah.
if it's a specific rider. I thought it might be the person who summoned it, because if so, that was the guy who got destroyed last turn.
That's probably why it's confused. Like, hang on a minute. Wait, you're not my rider. Wait.
Oh, you're dead now.
Oh, damn. Mm. Oh, regardless, yeah, it explodes into shadow, and that's it.
Right. I feel more satisfied now. Garrett is just gonna chill there on his glaive.
All right, now combat definitely over. There is still sounds in the canyon, wind whistling through that makes it sound like distant howls. There's scraping, the occasional rocks fall. You get the sensation this place is teeming with those creatures But it seems you've held them off at bay,
Plus,
and
we
you've
got this
plus,
guy here as well. So
plus you've got that thing.
maybe he can like brush them off.
Well, yeah, it does turn around and just sort of looks back at you and says, "You help find new hair, yeah,
Hell yeah, buddy.
buddy." It looks at it, looks down at itself. Don't feel so angry anymore.
Oh, I calmed him down.
Feel, feel. Feel value for first time since being.
What
It
have I
climbs,
done?
climbs
Just wait
back
till we
down.
introduce him to like taxes and retail work.
Ah,
We'll get
oh,
rid of
no.
that.
Oh no. He turns his attention to you, Villavelin, and holds out one of its long, hooked appendages.
I shake his hand with my hook.
They shake hands.
We have things in common.
They're hooked on each other.
Do you feel
They're
value?
hooked on a feeling.
Yeah. Everybody here makes each other feel value. And we will to you too.
Good. This place dangerous. They're more like me. That way. It just gestures south to the canyon. You don't want to fight them.
Do you think you could lead us safely down there?
Maybe. It looks to the skies and says, "Yes, maybe," and nods, seeing as you have dispatched a lot of the flying things. It might be that the only threat is left on the ground. Who knows?
Right. Listen, guys. I'm not gonna be able to transform now, so we're gonna have to handball these guys behind us.
Do you need help carrying?
If you can manage. I mean, look at you. Of course you can manage.
Yeah. It like scoops up one of the stretchers, and a bit unnerving seeing that this thing was trying to kill you a second ago is now holding the very things that you're trying to protect. But it seems as though it is completely charmed by Llewellyn in this moment.
Hell yeah.
How long does it last?
An
An
hour.
hour.
So let's get going.
Oh no.
Yep. Get going. Alright. Well, with your new friend Maid, it seems he said well he looks around and says, "We should get going."
Yes.
How heavy does the captain seem?
Not heavier than any other normal humanoid.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to like put him over my shoulders and stagger along with him on my back.
Okay. There isn't as much blood as you expected, but you are getting a little bit covered in grey blood as you make your way south
Did
through the desert. We will.
sorry, did these Night Vale guys? I mean, I know I turned him to ash. Did he drop his scythe?
Oh, the one on the ground. Yeah, I guess he would have. Do you want to pick it up?
Yep, I want his scythe.
Okay.
I'm taking something from this.
You could also loot the interior as well. I know you wanted to peek in there, Irina, and if you want, you can definitely have just a peek around. It does look like mostly a ruined interior, but from amongst the wreckage, you can maybe just about see something. I'd like you to roll a D100 for me.
E100.
Yes, I think it's D100.
37.
37. Okay. Oops. I don't have the table up right now, so I'll tell you in a moment. It'll be a little bit of a cliffhanger for the viewers, but we are going to wrap it up right here. Save me looking through the table for 5 minutes, but yes, we will continue this little foray into the desert. With scythe and trinket in hand, you push on down south deeper into this shadowy desert, but it does seem as though you're on the right track. Candlewick's compass like heat focuses towards the front of your eyes to your mind, and it seems as though you're perhaps getting closer to your destination. But with the captain down, Irina is now feeling maybe even more responsible for these lost souls. And you've got an hour left with your big friend here. Let's hope you can make the most of it before it runs out. All right. See you guys next week. So tune in on Sunday for Baba Yaga's Dancing Hut. And then after that, I'm going on holiday soon, but
Yeah.
not till I think it's the first.
Which be next Friday.
Right. Let me just double check that. When have we got the next session?
Yeah, it'd be next Friday if you're going on the 1st.
Right. Let me just check.
And I don't know when you'll be back.
Yes, I am away from the first, so we won't have a session next week on Friday, but the Friday after that, I might be back in time. We'll see.
Yep.
Just falls on the Fridays, unluckily, when it's easier to travel. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. We'll sign off here.
Yep.
And
Bye-bye
yeah.
for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.